You walk into this place and suddenly history is staring right at you. I'm here at the Army Museum in Rawalpindi, and this space is packed with details that you usually don't find in textbooks. The museum has 7 galleries covering everything from Pakistan's early wars to the evolution of our weapons, the war on terror, the regimental histories, and even the guide's iconic color presentation. But it's when you get to the displays from the 1947 to 48 Kashmir war that the story really comes alive. One of the most interesting things here is the collection of small arms used in that war, including the Martini Henry rifle. What makes this one special is that many of these rifles were handcrafted in the tribal villages of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. The Pathans even gave it a name, Yod Daza, meaning one that never misses. It became a symbol of their skill and resourcefulness. And right next to it here, you find the old Lewis machine gun, another weapon that played a part in those early battles, proof of how fighters used whatever they could get their hands on to resist a much larger and better equipped enemy. And then there are the Pathan churas and traditional daggers that aren't just weapons, they represent the crucial role played by the Pathans who formed the backbone of the tribal Lashkars that moved into Kashmir in 1947. They fought fiercely to push back Maharaja Hari Singh's forces at a time when he was attempting to suppress and reduce Muslim population through mass killings and forced displacement. As you move ahead, you come across one of the most gripping recreations in the museum, the Freedom Fighters Outpost led by Sarfraz Abdul Qayyum and Sardar Muhammad Ibrahim Khan. These were the men who stood up when the people of Kashmir had no organized army, when villages were being targeted and entire communities were under threat. Their resistance changed the course of the conflict and paved the way for the liberation of parts of Kashmir. Then the story shifts from the freedom fighters to the early Pakistan army. You see Captain Muhammad Sarwar Shaheed in action here at Tilpatra, the moment that marked Pakistan's first major military engagement in Kashmir. Tilpatra was a strategic position and capturing it meant breaking through the Maharaja's fortified lines. Sarwar led from the front, cutting through the enemy defenses under heavy fire, a move that set the tone for Pakistan's early military ethos. And then nearby is the depiction of Naik Said Ali Janjua fighting until the very last minute despite being completely isolated from his unit. His position was surrounded, communication was cut off, yet he held on, refusing to surrender even when the odds were impossible. It's one of those stories that shows how individual courage shaped collective history. From there, the museum guides you into the build-up of the 1965 war, starting with the Run of Kutch encounter. This was the clash where Pakistani forces, despite being outnumbered, quickly and decisively pushed back the Indian Army. It was a moment that shifted regional confidence and set the stage for the full-scale war that followed later that year. Moving through all of this, you realize that this museum isn't just displaying weapons, it's telling the story of a country fighting to define itself through improvisation, resistance, and extraordinary bravery.